All right. Alrighty, I am excited for this match tonight because just based on everything we've seen so far from Messi, he has hit the ground running, literally and figuratively, and I feel like Charlotte doesn't necessarily have everything that it needs. So I'm excited for this. This is my first YouTube stream, so we'll see how it goes. It could be really, really awful, could completely fall apart. I have no idea what I'm doing. So this is going to be interesting. But yeah, basically, I've been watching the sport now since like 2004. And then 2006 World Cup is when I really got into it. Really, really excited to see what's going to be happening now that Messi is in the league. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing to see what he does for the league and the competition here as well. So I'm really excited for this. You're probably going to see my dogs pop up periodically as well. They like to make an appearance as soon as I kind of sit down and start talking or sit down and start trying to enjoy the game. They pop up. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, man, it's been absolutely incredible to see what has happened so far with Miami since Messi's gotten here. I think for me, one of the biggest surprises has really been Robert Taylor. Man, his first 3 games with Messi were fantastic. I thought that even before Messi came on the field in that first game against Cruz Azul, his goal was class. It was a really nice goal up into the top of the net. And then once Messi started, their combination play was actually extremely good, very creative. They seemed to be on the same page. His last game wasn't great when they played Dallas, but I mean, makes me more interested for tonight. Let's see how he bounces back from that. Is he going to be like just going ape shit tonight, or is he going to have another kind of lackluster night where maybe he scores an own goal or something like that? So I'm intrigued to see what Robert Taylor does. I'm hoping he can bounce back. So it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting match. And now that Jordi Alba's had his one start coming in now for his second start, I mean, his first start was fantastic. So there you go, Space. So I don't really see much change here, but I don't see much that Charlotte's going to be able to do to stop Miami. I really don't. So yeah, I can't wait. Now it would be nice though if these games actually started on time. I don't know if they've had a single Leagues Cup match actually start on time. They've all at least started several minutes behind. So that's a little bit aggravating. Yeah, they're talking now about like his 7 goals and everything so far in his 4 games, and they were talking earlier about the expected goals that Miami is supposed to have in this cup so far. They're saying less than 7 expected goals, but they've had 11. I'm not a fan of that metric of expected goals because that's not for me. I mean, I get that it can show an overview of how a team played, and it's not an end all be all. But I'm just not a fan of that. I feel like it doesn't give good metrics in my opinion. So I don't know. That's just me. And you'll definitely be seeing me bitch later on when it starts to get to be people wasting time. Pisses me off every time they waste time when they get the lead. It gets to the end of the game. I hate that gamesmanship. So that'll be fun later. You'll get to hear me rant about that. Another commercial. Jesus. Game was supposed to start 3 minutes ago, and we're on like our 4th commercial in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it seems like. Trying to get those advertiser dollars in, I guess. Can I fast forward live? No, damn. It would be really nice to be able to do that. A lot of the times I actually will start a soccer game 15 minutes late. So that way, when it gets to halftime, I just fast forward and it goes to live. And basically, I don't have to sit and watch any of the commercials. Uh, but yeah, not tonight. Now, I think that tonight, because of the way that I see Charlotte not necessarily being a top-notch team, I think that tonight Messi could get 2, 3 goals. I think Miami could end the night with 4. I would not be surprised if they got 4 again, potentially 5. I feel like, but that's a bit of a stretch. I know Charlotte had a rough week with really bad travel. They didn't get a lot of practice in, things like that. So that may impact it. And I mean, 5 goals might not be out of the question. But I think Charlotte's probably going to get 1 or 2. But I don't see them. I don't see them winning this one by any means. I think it's going to be a multiple goal loss on this one. All right, Space, go. Chew your fish. Swear, as soon as I sit down, my pit bull wants to come over and get as much attention as he can. Oh my God, they're still not even ready to play yet. It doesn't make sense why they can't start these games on time. Oh. And you know, as a U.S. men's national team fan, I was not a fan of Tata for many years. Although he did, I feel like, do more damage to the Mexican national team than good. So I mean, in a way, I should be a fan, but I feel like he doesn't get enough credit right now. And everybody kind of praising Messi, I feel like Tata is probably an unsung hero in this. I feel like he's come in and he's known how to really kind of get these players in the right position, get them in the right mindset to where they're able to actually play alongside Messi in a way that they don't look like they are a fish out of water. But I think that his role as the coach, since he's come in, I think that's actually been an unsung hero so far in this whole Miami epic. So it'll be interesting to see if he can continue that. I know he brought in Martinez as well, and for me, he's been a flop. He hasn't really done much at all this cup. He seems completely out of his league, trying to play up there against Messi. He's left the ball as it's kind of gone by him. He's left it a couple of times. He's had a couple of good opportunities, but for me, he's been kind of lackluster. So I know Tata's had his history with him at Atlanta. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to kind of get that kind of performance back out of him. So far, it's been a rough start for him. Oh, more commercials. It's like an NFL game right now. Just want the commercials to end. Let's just get this game going. We're 7 minutes behind now. So after this one as well, depending on the timing of it, I'm going to try and do the game tonight with LAFC and Monterrey. Horrible Spanish accent. But yeah, I'm going to try and watch that one later tonight as well. I think that's going to be a great game. And for me, whoever wins that game, I think that them and Miami are probably, we're looking at the final. But it's a beautiful game. You never know what could happen. Never know what could happen. Just ask Club America. Sorry to bring that up and maybe rub salt in your wounds if you're a Club America fan. That was an interesting game, man. That game had me I was all over the place with that game. I didn't know what was going on at a certain point. I was ready to turn the channel at the end of it, and I went back and I rewatched the end of it because I know that some Club America fans online were saying, "Oh, he blew the whistle! He blew the whistle!" I went back and I rewatched it. I never actually heard the whistle blow, is just as soon as that last shot didn't go in, they all just started screaming and cheering and celebrating. Never really heard the whistle. It was just one of the most crazy things I think I've seen in soccer in a long time. All right, looks like we're finally getting this going. All right, now, Messi has scored in the first 10 minutes of the game for each of his 3 starts. I definitely think tonight is not going to change that. I think that it's still going to be a goal for him, or at least a goal for Miami in that first 10 minutes. But the past couple of games, they've had chances against them. The other teams could have gotten a goal early on, and each time they weren't able to finish those chances. So I don't know if Charlotte can come out the way the past couple teams have and maybe get that initial first chance and get it in first, then that could definitely sway how this game is going to end up going. All right, and we're off. All right, let's see how this goes. I guess you trying to come up here? All right. Playing out of the back. What? No. Now he's like trying to crawl up in my lap. Now, as soon as the game starts, now he starts to actually try and crawl into my lap. All right, so we've had about 45 seconds of play, and it's all been in like the Miami back line. Oh, there. Okay. Okay. Thank you, buddy. Oh, thank you, Spacely. Oh, I swear, like the game starts, and now he's just like this. Are you serious? All right. Oh, we got some space up there on the left-hand side. Oh, Messi was on the run. Robert Taylor for the throw. Now, I know U.S. men's national team fans are going to give me crap for this, but DeAndre Yedlin has looked really good since Messi has come on as well, and he's had some really good combination play with him. And because Berhalter is now is again the coach of the U.S. men's national team, I think we're going to see more of Yedlin, at least as a backup. So, oh, Calendar almost had a big mistake there. A little bit of butterflies, it seems like, from Calendar. That's not what you want to see if you're a Miami fan. You don't want to see your keeper almost making a mistake in the first 2 minutes of the game. That's a little bit of space for Yedlin, but close down quickly. Him in those cornrows. I don't think he can rock those. I think he needs something else. Well, Miami's back line are certainly getting their touches in. I mean, Charlotte's doing a good job by not presenting really any easy opportunities to kind of cut through the midfield. Oh, stolen off of Yedlin. Now Charlotte's got the ball over on the left-hand side of Miami's pitch. That was a good play there from Charlotte to get the ball back from Miami. And right as soon as I'm talking about Yedlin, he gives the ball over the top. Did he keep that in? He did keep that in. Got a Miami throw in. Messi's on the ball. Robert Taylor on the run. He got the ball over Robert Taylor with tons of space. Pass into Martinez. Then couldn't Kramaski should have shot that ball. Instead, he let it go through to Martinez. Ah, and what does Martinez do? He bungles it because I don't think he was expecting to get it. But man, Kramaski should have shot that. He should have been selfish, not let that ball go through and just taken a shot. He had the shot. Damn, that was a good opportunity there. Good movement. Oh, pitch on the left from Majority. Oh, good defense there from Charlotte, kicking it out. I mean, Martinez did bungle that, but he's had 2 good movements now on back-to-back crosses in. So, thank you, Spacely. All right, and he's out for a goal kick now. I guess if you got dogs, and especially if you got a pit, you know. I named him Spacely after the Jetsons character, but it fits him because he doesn't know his personal fucking space. Is that right? Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. Looks like first real foul of the night. Already got Miami begging for a card. Just make up your mind. Thanks, Space. I mean, who did he call it on? Did he call it on Kramaski or did he call it on Charlotte? Spacely's face was in my face, so I have no idea. I mean, watching the replay, it looked like it could have been a foul on Kramaski. And considering he's like 18 years old, he's played really well. He had a really bad first game against Santa Cruz. Cruz Azul, against Cruz Azul. Not a good game, but he bounced back really well. And then I think that when he came on against Dallas, taking over before, I think it was Gomez, he looked so good. He looked absolutely good. And that last finish on his shot was clinical. Oh yeah, that was a foul on Charlotte. He just like stepped his leg or his foot straight into his thigh. And they're talking about, is Kramaski going to be a starter or coming off the bench? And from what I've seen, I know they've still got some young players that they're bringing in, but from what I've seen this tournament, I think you start him because Gomez played like crap against Dallas. He was all over the place. He was messing up all over the place. He wasn't very good. I think you got to start Kramaski. You got to give him that starting role, see how he performs. And if he ends up being better as a super sub, then that's fine. But I think he's earned in the past few games. I think he's earned a spot. He's starting spot. He's usually played pretty good in these past few games. So we got Charlotte trying to build out of the back. I love the Charlotte uniforms. I love these like purple and like aqua or teal. It's probably one of my favorite uniforms in MLS. That was a good stop. I don't know. Maybe we're not going to get that goal here in the 10 minutes. Oh, up the right side. Nope. Out for a throw in for Miami. Here comes DeAndre Yedlin for one of his like 25-yard throw ins. Oh, I guess not. Thought he was going to throw it into the box. I'll give it to Charlotte. They've kept Busquets really quiet. Messi's been unheard of so far for most of this game. So they've done a really good job. But, foul for Charlotte. And against Charlotte for Miami. A little further than probably Messi would take for a shot. But I think Jordi Alba's going to take this one. Oh, yeah. 2-time MLS Referee of the Year. I like MLS, but I mean, that's not saying much. A lot of our refs tend to make some pretty weird calls. Go, Kramaski, shoot it. No, pass up to. Oh, do we have a handball here? Oh, we got a penalty. We got a penalty for Miami. Wow. That was a hell of a roll right there. Arroyo coming in and drawing that penalty right after calls for a handball. Wow. I'll be interested to see this replay, though. That looked like a weak penalty, but it was a handball. They just showed the replay on it. So even if they don't call the penalty against Arroyo, that's an absolute handball. So two penalties by Charlotte in the course of 10 seconds, essentially. Clear and obvious. This is clear and obvious. His arm is out like that, goes off and goes flying in a different direction. I mean, if that's not, they showed the replay of the foul against Arroyo, and that was a foul too. So either one of those is a penalty. Martinez again. I mean, he took the last one nice and solid, and I love the fact that Messi is allowing him to take these to really kind of help build his confidence, because I guarantee Messi knows that Martinez has been kind of struggling lately. So I love that Messi's letting him do this, and I hope to God he nails this. Didn't get the goal under 10 minutes, though. We're just about to cross over 11 minutes. And they're holding this penalty for a little bit. There we go. Come on. Come on, Martinez. And it's in. They almost made it under 10 minutes. They almost got that goal under 10 minutes. 11 minutes. It was an 11-minute goal. So Charlotte has not even had a chance. The closest chance they had was in that first 40 seconds where Callender almost had a mistake. They really haven't had much of a chance. They've already conceded at the 11-minute mark. I don't want to call it already, but it's going to be a long night for them. They are going to have their work cut out for them. It was a good penalty from Martinez. All right, let's see how Charlotte can respond. Can they come back? I love it. Before the match, the commentators are all like, scoring before the first 10 minutes, like I was. But now they're like, in these matches, they've scored in the first 12 minutes. And it's like, you're moving the flagpole. Leave it at 10 minutes. Yeah, that kind of stuff is just annoying. It's a little thing. Charlotte tried to kind of push forward on some attack, but wasn't really much there. I feel like they actually got lucky getting into this game with the way that their last one went. I feel like they just kind of got lucky getting into this one. So we'll see what happens. All right, Miami kind of pushing up a little bit forward again. Oh man, Yedlin was moving fast on the right, but they just crossed it over to Jordi Alba on the left. Passes it in, nobody's there. Messi can't make it in time. And Messi's been quiet tonight. Charlotte's done a really good job of keeping him quiet. And what's impressive is that the other teammates for Miami have stepped up tonight. That goal wasn't Messi. That was the team. So that's really cool to see. especially considering how bad they were beforehand. Keeper for Charlotte, trying to break their forwards out, but just keeper to keeper. Now, one thing I'll say about Leagues Cup is that this tournament so far, the first halves have been, a lot of the times they've been just kind of meh, but the second halves for these games have been absolutely nuts. So this is still early. But there's definitely been, I feel like, a little bit of something missing tonight for Miami. There hasn't been quite that connection. The first couple of games, they had some amazing combination passes. I haven't seen much of that tonight. Charlotte didn't even have anybody forward. I didn't see what formation they were playing in, but it looks like they've only got one man up front. It almost looks like a 5-4-1. One thing I hope that Miami keeps when they get their new stadium up is, I really like the fact that they've got the seats the way that they do, where like Messi's family is at. You got like David Beckham sitting literally right next to Miami's bench. I like the fact that they've got the fans there. They've got that kind of environment, that close up, like you can almost touch the guys. I like that they've got that on the stadium. Like when Messi scored that game-winning goal against Cruz Azul, I thought that the fact he was able to go over and like hug his family was absolutely awesome. And I really hope that they keep that when they get this new stadium finally built after, what is it going to be, like 7 years or 11 years? Like 2014 to, what was it, like 2024 or something like that, at 2025. I think that's when they're going to build it. I think one thing that's hurting Charlotte right now is that they've done such a good job with closing down Messi that I feel like they're almost missing some of the quality against the other players. So it'll be interesting to see if that kind of spreads out throughout the game. Pass intercepted by Miami. As soon as Miami gets the ball, Charlotte is pressing hard against them. That's good to see. I like seeing that fight, especially considering they conceded early. I like seeing that they're like, nah. There's too much money on the line here. But Miami's staying patient. There's not a lot of movement, like creative movement tonight. And I'm wondering if maybe the conditions in Dallas maybe took a little bit more out of them than they thought. It feels like that was Busquets' first touch. Oh, we got Miami pushing forward again. Kremaski, you can pass it forward. Got Alba on the left. Back to Taylor. Over to Messi, but he's far back. Building up. Play on. We got Kremaski on the left. Yeah, Charlotte's doing a really good job of kind of closing out the passes, closing out any kind of opportunities that Miami may have. Jordi Alba with tons of space. Martinez crosses over and lets the ball go directly to Charlotte. He's just not on it. Now we got Charlotte on the break. They're on the one-on-one. Oh, good defense from Yedlin there. That was good defense from Yedlin, but that's what Charlotte needs to do. That's how they're going to be able, I think, to kind of bring one back and bring this even. Is they're going to have to do it that way. The counter is going to be absolutely crucial for them. Man, Yedlin's got tons of space on the right. Got Messi going up. Kramaski coming in. Passes it directly to a Charlotte player. Everybody's got their back right now over to Yedlin, but Yedlin has had tons and tons of space. Gets the ball. All right, we got Martinez. Clear open shot. He passes it over to Messi. Messi leaves it, flips it forward for Kramaski, but it's a little bit off. Goes straight to the Charlotte keeper. It's a little bit better combination play there, but those last moves are just, they're not the right ones. They're passing them to Charlotte. They're not making the right moves with Martinez. Oh, we got a Charlotte player open and Calendar. Oh, offsides. Okay. Calendar was able to head it away just outside his box, but it was offsides. I don't know the Charlotte players very well. So I'm going to just most of the time be Charlotte player. Like Super Nintendo Madden, where they were all number 11. And Yedlin has got tons and tons of space. There's nobody over there on him. If he was to turn and try and make a run right now, if they were to time the pass right, he'd have it clear open for like 40 yards. There's nobody around Yedlin right now. I don't know. Hey, Yoni, I don't know why they're not passing it to Yedlin right now. No, he's not amazing, but he's got so much fucking space. Now they get it to Yedlin. Now that he's gone back, but oh, that was an awful pass, and Charlotte intercepts it. Oh man, and we got is that a corner? Yeah, that went out for a corner for Charlotte. Jesus. Now, how are they going to handle these set pieces? Oh no, okay, it was just a throw in. Looked like he signaled for the corner flag. Charlotte's got some good combination play right now, some good triangular passing. A lot of like 1-2 touch. I like that quick movement. They're not necessarily holding on to the ball too long, which is nice. I think that's going to be a benefit for them, especially in the midfield around Busquets, because I think that having that quick speed, that's going to allow them to get by him. And now they're on the move. Out to the left side for Charlotte, crossed in. Looks like it's out by Alba. Charlotte retains possession. This is good play. Right up to the edge of the box, shot in, deflected out. Throw in for Charlotte. Good. That was some good combination play. Oh, Swiderski. All right. I'll try to remember that name. Close into the box. Headed out. But Charlotte maintains possession. Charlotte's got a really good set right now where they've been able to hold on to the ball really well. But that was bad. He just kicked it out. So goal kick for Miami. I don't know though. I think if Charlotte can keep this up, they may be able to pull this back and draw even. Royal out to Yedlin. I'd like to see Yedlin like taking on a few more players tonight. He's got so much room on that right-hand side. But everybody's pushing over to the left. That's where Alba's at. Charlotte steals it right off the feet. Right off of Robert Taylor's feet. Taylor's been quiet tonight, too. Out to the midway line. And it's back to the Miami back line. Oh. Earthquake! It does just have that feel that Charlotte is scared to give another one, almost like they don't want to take too many chances. But right now they're pushing forward again. So let's see what happens. Out to the left-hand side. Tries to cross it in, but it's deflected. Out for a throw-in for Charlotte. Oh, there's good ball handling there from Charlotte. It's a really good run of play right now for them. They're holding on to the ball nicely. They're being patient, which is key. Out to the right, changing up the side of possession. See what it can do here. Oh, tries to get it in, but Jordi Alba deflects it. He's out for Robert Taylor. He tried to set Martinez out, but par for the course for the night so far. Passed it directly to Charlotte. Ooh, good run from Charlotte. Callender comes out off of his line and gets that out of the air. Now, Callender had a couple of mistakes early on in this game. He looked a little shaky, but overall, I thought Callender's actually had a really good tournament so far. And I've heard on some other YouTube channels that like his name kind of tossing around recently for potentially some looks in the U.S. men's national team as like a third keeper. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I thought he's actually played really well, and considering how bad Miami has been this year, they could have had far more goals conceded. So I'm not opposed to that one. And not a lot open right now for Miami unless they switch up to Yedlin, who again has like 30 yards of just no opponents near him. I feel like they almost need to switch Yedlin and Robert Taylor, because like nobody seems to even be looking at Yedlin. And if they could switch those two and give Taylor the space, maybe then they can create a little more action from the run of play. Or Charlotte may just pay more attention to that side of the field at that point. Oh, Charlotte's trying to get forward. Oh, they got the ball. They got a lot of space right now. But the Charlotte player literally just ran directly at Busquets. They maintain possession, though. It goes out to the left-hand side again. Out to just the edge of the box. Crossed into the back post. Oh, it was headed into the center of the box, but Callender again, he comes out and he picks it up off the ground, gets it out of the way. This build-up from Charlotte's been solid the past 5-10 minutes or so. Since they conceded, they've been again looking very solid with this build-up. But is it enough? Because they're not really getting anything on goal. There's really no shots on goal. Like, yeah, Callender's had to come out and get the ball, but it's not really been anything where it's an actual attempt on goal, where the threat of a goal is actually there. Got Robert Taylor on the left-hand side now from Miami. Back to Alba. Busquets now, he's doing his direction out on the field like he's been doing since he got there. He's like a traffic cop out there in the midfield. Oh, on to Messi, but first touch lets him down. Yeah, Kramaski. 18-year-old steals it from the feet of the Charlotte player. Now they get it out to Yedlin, but again, they pass it short. So he has to end up coming in to where the players are at instead of being able to utilize that space that he's got. With his speed. Got Alba on the left. Oh, good play. Oh, passed straight into the center of the box. And again, directly at a Charlotte player. There's no Miami player there. Got Messi charging into the box. Out to Alba. Up to Taylor. To Messi. Oh, good block there from Charlotte. Good block there from Charlotte. And good combination play finally there in the box involving Messi. Messi's, you can feel like he's really trying to get involved now because he's been quiet. And again, Busquets has been kind of quiet tonight. I think they need to get him involved a lot more. I think when he gets involved more, Messi gets involved more. But Charlotte's shape it's held well. Oh, yeah, we got Yedlin finally getting the ball in that space. Then he just stops it, holds it, over to Taylor, and it's in! Good goal from Taylor. Yes! I said it right before the game started. How is Taylor going to respond from his last game? I'm so glad to see him actually score a goal in the correct net tonight. That's the perfect way for him to bounce back. Great team goal going from one side of the box to the other. Yedlin starting that. I thought that was great play. They finally got it to Yedlin in space. And as soon as they got it to him in space, he was able to take some measurements of what the field's looking like. Taylor found that space in the middle and just nailed it home. Yeah, and the keeper for Charlotte should have had that. Keeper for Charlotte should have had that. But I'm glad that Taylor got this goal. Next time I'll try and spin the camera around and show the replay. Absolutely, Paul. 100%. Very, very good goal. I think he got a little bit lucky on it, though, because the keeper got his hand to it. I feel like the keeper could have stopped that. But it was hit with enough pace that he just couldn't get. He needed like maybe another knuckle on it. But very, very good play. And Taylor with the assist, Yedlin with the assist. Where are we at in the game now? 32 minutes? I think for the past 15 minutes, I've been saying, get the ball to Yedlin. He's got space. They finally get the ball to him, and he's able to set up the goal. They need to be taking advantage of that right-hand side so much more. It is so wide open. I feel like they're trying to condense the field so that way Messi doesn't have as many options. And as they do that, it's opening up those wings. And especially the right wing, because Messi's going to the left. Alba's going to the left. Busquets is going to the left. Everybody's going to the other side of the field. They've got to take advantage of that. All right. It looks like they're having a hydration break. So I'm going to grab a little bit more whiskey and Dr. Pepper. But very good goal. I'm so psyched to see that Taylor was able to respond in this game in such a way, considering what happened last game. I'm super glad to see him actually get the ball into the back of the correct net, even if it wasn't the best of strikes, and even if the keeper could have kept it or stopped it. So yeah, I don't think Charlotte's coming back from this one now. I mean, only 35 minutes into the game, Charlotte's down 2-0, and honestly, they got lucky getting into this game in the first place. So if they come back, it is going to be an amazing, amazing second half. Now, can Charlotte keep them, though, from scoring a third? Can they maybe take one back and get up on the board before the half and not go into the lockers being just completely decimated? Oh, so I think that they can. They've had some good combination play. They got some good space there. Oh, Arroyo coming back with the perfect slide. A little bit heart fluttering, though, for any Miami fans, because that looked very similar to Taylor's defensive movement last game. Oh, now we got Messi on the right-hand side. Oh, and now Messi's being given shit tons of space. I'm telling you, this right-hand side Miami needs to start taking more advantage of this. But Charlotte's got pushing up on their right side. Miami intercepts it, though. Taylor pushing forward. Martinez. Oh, man, what a bad pass from Yedlin. I think it was Yedlin. Oh, cross in from Charlotte. Callender gets it out of the air and then collapses on it. Callender's been solid. He's been absolutely solid. All right. Jordi Alba on the ball in the back. Over to Busquets. Oh, that was a nasty looking foul. Probably looked a lot worse, though, because he's like 6'6" and looks like he weighs like 120 pounds. So when he falls over, he's going all over. He looks like a contortionist. Wow. Oh, yeah. Foul there from Charlotte. And their side of the field, though, like an elbow to Jordi Alba's mouth. Final warning there for Bender. Next one's a yellow card. Miami's still just being patient, just building out of the back. No reason to be anything else right now. Back to Callender. Over to Miller. Over to almost intercepted there from Charlotte, but it goes out for Miami throw in. Looks like we got 6.5 minutes left in the half plus stoppage. And then the real excitement kicks off, the second half. Everything else in this freaking Leagues Cup has all been second half fire. So, Kromaski blocks it, but it goes right back to Charlotte. Oh, there's almost an opportunity there for a 3-on-2. Charlotte's got the ball now. Pass in the midfield, over to the right. Looking for some opportunities to cross it in. Miami's doing well with closing off those lanes, but tons of space right now on the outside of the box. Crossed in, and it's out. Out by Yedlin for a throw-in. Some good build up there again from Charlotte. They again just final a little bit, although that was a good cross in, just there on it. I don't see it. Messi goes down with a foul. I feel like you could probably count Messi's touches tonight on your hands. Oh, is my signal going crazy? Shit, yeah. Sorry if I'm going fuzzy. I don't know if it's just my broadcast of it or if it's my internet actually streaming it. So I guess we'll see. All right, Kramaski over to Arroyo, over to Busquets. We got Yedlin on the right-hand side, pushing up again with shit tons of space, but Messi's on the ball, crosses it over to the other side. Oh, Alba tried to get it, but he was offside. Should have passed it to fucking Yedlin. I know Yedlin's not great or anything, but man, he's got so much space. It's crazy because there was so much space there. Oh, good block there from Kramaski. He's now got all. Busquets gets it stolen off of him. Nobody gets fouled in the process. Yeah, it looks like my internet may be going wonky right now. Probably on it. It's not used to having two live streams going and streaming on the TV. And out here in the middle of nowhere, internet's. Oh shit, man. Yeah, even my broadcast is getting fucked up. So yeah, it's my internet. I wonder if it's gonna crash. And I guess it may. We got some monsoons not too far away, so I mean that may be messing with the internet connection right now too. Because yeah, even my Apple TV stream is kind of going in and out right now. Oh, Busquets up to Messi, right back down to Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte pushing up the right-hand side. Great ball. Got Bender on the ball now for Charlotte. Oh, crossed in, and of course, my freezes. Of course, it freezes. Calendar gets it. Jeez, my internet's going fucking ridiculous right now. Of course it would. Of course it wouldn't work on the first stream. Shit, up having to check my internet during halftime and pop back at the stream afterwards. Because, yeah, this ain't going to cut it. This ain't going to cut it at all. You got Robert Taylor on the ball. Yeah, pushing forward a bit. Oh, just a little too heavy of a touch. handle Facebook Live with me, but I guess got Charlotte over to the right-hand side. Tons of space for him. Crossed into the box and is headed out by Miami. But not far. Charlotte's got it just outside the box. Charlotte gets it knocked out from underneath him by Messi. Yeah, Messi's not having the best game tonight. He's showing that he's human. It's a quick throw in. Oh, they went right into the middle of the box, but Calendar was wide awake and he ended up getting that pretty easily. Yeah, that video quality looks like absolute trash. So yeah, I will be probably pausing the stream during halftime. We'll see what happens. 5 minutes of added time. Doesn't seem like there's been that much. 2 minutes for the hydration break. Doesn't seem like there's been 3 other minutes of stoppage time. Busquets on the ball midfield. Over to Kramaski. He wins it nicely. Over to Messi. Goes right back over to Charlotte. Oh, looks like the service is finally coming back. All right. Hey, it's not a bunch of fucking 8-bit squares kind of going all over the screen. Yay, internet. Woohoo. Oh, Charlotte pushing forward. Oh, good ball. 1-on-1, but the ball was, that first touch from Charlotte was just a little too heavy. Calendar's able to come off of his line and get that. Oh, man. Yeah, the other games right now, we got Philadelphia and Querétaro. 1-0 for Philadelphia. Nashville versus Minnesota, 2-0 for Nashville. Those are some really good games. I was pulling for Querétaro. Awful pronunciation, I know, but I was pulling for them. It'd be nice to see a couple more Liga MX teams make it through. Cross in from Charlotte, but it doesn't make it past the first defender in the box. I do think that Charlotte can pull one back. Now, are they going to pull one back before the half? I don't know. But I do think they could pull one back with the way that they're playing right now. So Charlotte's still got the ball, holding on to it nicely. They cross it over to the other side of the field. Bender's able to get it down. He heads it almost all the way across the field again. Got forward, cross in, over to Bender to the opposite side of the box. Another cross into the center. And it goes to the other side of the box. We're going to cross in. It goes to the other side of the box. And then another cross in. It goes back to the other side of the box. Oh, my goodness gracious. I get why they're doing that, though. That's actually not necessarily a bad idea because the defense is going to have to kind of go with it. And eventually, you can do it enough times. You're going to find some space there. Oh, Messi out to Taylor, and Taylor has loads of space. What can Taylor do with it? Oh, he tries to pass it forward. Charlotte just dinks it out of there, though, easily. Charlotte's been fairly good tonight. They've had that 1 weak moment in the panicky penalty, but generally they've looked really fairly solid right now. Good crossover. Charlotte's got possession of the ball just outside the box, and they win a corner. I think that's the first corner of the night for Charlotte. Yeah, that's their first. I think that's their first corner of the night. Now, what can they do with this, though? Set pieces are going to be important for teams, I think, going against Miami. Miami's got Busquets with some height. They've got Taylor that's a little bit taller, but the rest of their team doesn't look that tall. So I don't know if they've really got an advantage or a disadvantage on these. So if you're another team, you've got to take advantage of these corners and your set pieces. Corner goes in, floats out to the other side, and it's out for another corner. I think Arroyo's actually had a really good game tonight. He's been all over the field. He's had a couple mistakes, but when he's had those mistakes, he's fought back to win the ball back. So I think Arroyo's actually had a really good game tonight. And I think tonight so far he's been a little bit more involved. Maybe not better, but he's been more involved than Busquets has. And it looks like most of Charlotte's actually just as short as Miami is, so I don't think they've got an advantage with these. Corner kick going in. Yeah, Joseph Martinez knocks it out, and he goes back to the other side. So they're back to the other side of the field for the third corner in a row. And I'm sure that they would really like to be able to just bring this one down to the ground and kick it the hell out of there, because the stoppage time now for this first half should be pretty much done with. Actually, it looks like Spacely's going to have to go to the bathroom here in a second, so probably going to have to take them out during halftime. Got the corner kick going in, far post. Miami's able to bring it down, and Taylor gets it out to Arroyo, and that's the half. That's the half. But yeah, there's somebody down on the side of the 18. He's spitting out blood. Based on what happened with the last game, we're gonna give it a second. And let's see if they look back at this for VAR. The entire Miami team is like, nah, we're not waiting for that. We're walking off. Like, you're not gonna Club America us. We're walking off the field. Oh yeah, the refs are walking off as well. So it doesn't look like they're gonna take a look at that or anything like that. Interesting first half. It's an interesting first half. I think that neither team really looked that solid, but Miami was able to create the better chances, and the chances that they had, the two chances really that they had, they were able to actually close. Charlotte has actually looked fairly solid. I thought they've done a really good job in this first half of actually being able to take Messi out of this game. Messi's been very, very minimally involved. So has Busquets. Busquets has had to basically just kind of stand there looking around, trying to figure something out. So it hasn't necessarily been, I think, as one-sided as the scoreline makes it look. I think Charlotte's actually done a pretty good job here. And had the keeper done just a little bit better job for Charlotte, they'd be going into the half 1-0 instead of down 2. So I think Charlotte needs to be commended. I think they've played better than the scoreline shows. They just need to do a little bit more when it comes to that final third of the pitch and that final touch. If they can figure out that final touch, I think that they may be able to bring one back. And if they can do that and continue to keep Messi silent, we may see another crazy second half. Especially there at the end, they were pushing. They were corner after corner. I feel like it's only a matter of time before Miami concedes a goal on this one. So, yeah, I'm going to let the dogs out real quick, but I'm going to leave this going because it looks like the internet actually came back. I don't know what the hell happened with that. Probably the monsoons, but yeah, I'm excited for the second half. Leagues Cup has been a second half cup, in my opinion, a second half tournament. So I am excited to see what happens in the second half. We'll see what happens. So I'll be right back. Probably going to take the dogs a couple minutes to go pee. It's the first day since June, early June, that it hasn't been triple digits. We only hit like 95 degrees here today. So they're probably going to pee and then run around for a minute or two. So I will be right back and see you in a second. The boys enjoying. Oh, all right. So the dogs are empty now. They've taken their they have relieved themselves, and we are back waiting for the second half. Yeah, for the first half, I feel like Nashville or Charlotte did a solid job of keeping Messi quiet for most of the game. Now, when he was able to get on the ball, most of the time, I would say a good portion of that time, he was able to get in at least a good pass to somebody else, who then ended up giving the ball away most of the time. I got to give it to Charlotte because they're doing a much better job at keeping him quiet than I thought they would. If it hadn't have been for that one panicky moment in the box, and then the keeper just really letting them down on Robert Taylor shot, this could be a completely different game. Because otherwise, they've played a pretty solid game, in my opinion. They've been putting pressure on the ball. They haven't been allowing a lot of space except for Yedlin on the right-hand side. And they're going to give Yedlin that space as long as Miami isn't passing it to him. So I got to give it to Charlotte. They're playing better than I thought they would. But I just wish that a team with such an awesome jersey was able to do a little bit more with it. But again, this is like their second year in the league. So it's not, you don't necessarily expect greatness the second year a team is in the league. Had to give the dog some treats in order to keep him quiet. They're so freaking spoiled. So spoiled. So let's see. We got. Yeah, it looks like this game is going to end right as the second game starts. I'm hoping to be able to do the second game tonight too. It's LAFC versus Monterrey. Not even going to try and do the Spanish accent with that. With that game, for me, either one of those teams could be in the final. They're both very good teams. And whoever wins that team for me, or that game for me, could potentially win this entire thing. Like, the only team I think that could stop LAFC or Monterrey is Miami. But Miami has shown that there are ways to shut them down. There are ways to keep them from really performing amazingly. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that game. I think that game is going to be one of those games. It's going to light the highlight reels. It's either going to be like a 5-5 kind of a game, or it's going to be a 0-0 kind of a game. Yes, they're showing the highlights right now from Nashville, Minnesota game. Minnesota had a red card. Oh, that's why Nashville's doing so well. That's why Nashville's doing so well. Okay. Figured Nashville would win this game, but considering Minnesota beat Toluca in the last game and Toluca was looking phenomenal, I thought it was going to be really good. But with Minnesota, man, that's hard to come back from. It's tough. And Nashville has been looking very, very good. Very good. So Nashville could be a dark horse in this tournament, but we'll see. Looks like Philadelphia Querétaro is the next clips they're showing right now. Philly's a good team right now. Philly is it's absolutely a great team. Looks like it's 1-0 right now for Philly over Querétaro, and that one finish was absolute class between two defenders. How did he get that ball through? I'm going to have to go back and watch that highlight after this game. That was insane. How did he get that ball through? That blows my mind. Was that it almost looked like it may have been an own goal, like a deflection. But that's so hard to tell. My God. What classy finish there from Philly. That was class finishing right there. All right, so one more commercial break. They got to get one more toss of sponsors in there. I love these commercials. I love these commercials with Danny Rojas. Dude's hair is so fucking majestic. Oh my God, that dude's hair is so majestic. I want his hair. I want his hair so badly. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. All right. All right. Topped off. Oh God, I hate this AT&T commercial. God, I hate this commercial. Connecting changes everything. They want it to seem like they're changing the fucking world, like they're Mother Teresa or something like that. And it's like, dude, talking in like slam poetry kind of vibes. spoken word doesn't make AT&T sound more badass. It's AT&T. It's one of the biggest corporations in the world. Spoken word doesn't make you seem cool. It just is weird and makes you seem arrogant and egotistical, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I'm an asshole anyway, so. All right. Looks like we're about to get started. We got Charlotte FC back out on the field, but looks like Miami is still kind of hanging out in the either in the locker rooms or in the tunnel. So I wonder how much the tickets for these games are going for now, because I know that first game against Cruz Azul, there were tickets. There's a YouTuber that apparently paid $100,000 for a ticket, or his sponsor did anyway, for a ticket in order to go and see that first game. So I wonder how much the tickets are going for now. Ooh, okay. Things are going to get interesting in the second half, I think now. Yeah, Charlotte made a couple of substitutions, it looks like, at the half. And Ajamong and I can't remember the other guy's name, but both of them were crucial in Charlotte's comeback the other night against I think it was Houston. So this is going to be interesting. Now they've got an actual target man for like crosses into the box and things like that. So that's going to be really interesting to see how Ajimong does. I think that's how it's pronounced. That's going to be really interesting to see if he makes a big difference here for Charlotte and he's able to bring him back into the game like last game. Right now, Charlotte's definitely coming out, and they show that they want this. They put a little more pressure on the ball. Yeah, they're closing out Messi quickly, and they've got to keep doing that if they want to have a chance in this game. And Charlotte's shape looks like it's switching up a little bit too. Just in this first like 50 seconds or so, it looks like they're going to potentially change their shape up a little bit. Looks like they got two up front now. I think that's going to help them out a lot because first half there was nobody up there for them to really target. They're pushing up the left-hand side now. Ooh, good spin. Miami tries to clear it, but it goes back to a Charlotte defender. Now it's back over to Miami. See if Miami can clear it out of here. Patient passes. Seems to be Miami's thought process tonight. Patient passes. Ooh, almost a good set free of I think it was Yedlin up that right hand side. I wonder if if that right hand side is still gonna be as open for Yedlin in the second half. Sent forward. Messi's not gonna get to it. Oh, he almost got to it. You can just tell Messi's having fun. You can just tell he's just enjoying his time there. He's barely broken a sweat. He's been uninvolved really in this game for the most part. The goals really weren't him this game. So I'm interested to see if Charlotte's going to be able to keep that kind of quietness around Messi for the second half. Let's see what Charlotte's able to do. That's a really good pass there to change the side of play. Oh, he almost broke Ajimong free up front. Almost broke Ajimong free. If he had gotten that pass through, there was nobody left. It would have been one-on-one with Ajimong and the keeper. That would have been their perfect chance for the game. That was close. That was almost a really perfect opportunity. But that pressure forces a throw in for Charlotte. In that final third of the field on Miami side, that's definitely good play right there. Yeah, Ajimong's already having an impact on this game in the first 3.5 minutes. Oh, Charlotte gets it off of Messi's feet. Open shot. Oh, right over the top bar. Well, that was a good hit. Just a little bit high, but really good attack there from the defense to actually steal the ball right off of Messi's feet. It was a little farther from the goal than I thought it was, but really good job there to get that ball off of Messi's feet quickly. Messi didn't even know the dude was there. It was just, thought he was getting the ball, and then the ball was gone. Really good play there from Charlotte. I think Charlotte may get one back unless Miami can do Miami things or do Barca things. Busquets and man, Yedlin's got so much space. He had so much space. All right, now Yedlin's got the ball. You coming back over space? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, buddy. Okay. Oh, Messi's got the ball. Messi got the ball. Space. He's got space. He's in the box. Oh, deflected there from Charlotte, but falls right back to Messi. He shoots it again. He goes back out to Kramaski. Very good movement there from Messi. He's like, man, I'm getting myself involved in this. Fuck you guys. He's like, I'm fucking tired of waiting, man. I'm getting myself involved. And this is the thing with him walking like 90% of the game. He's able to have that energy, that burst, and just all of a sudden be able to just change the game. I think we're going to see more of that the second half. And he's going to be like, fuck y'all. Nope, I'm turning this on. I'm turning it on. All right, we got Yedlin now with the ball on the right. This is the quietest I've probably heard the Miami stadium since Messi showed up. Actually, the commentators are saying that right now. Yeah, it really is quiet, and it looks like there's actually a shit ton of open seats. It's hard to tell if it's just people in pink shirts or if it's open seats, but it looks like there's actually a good number of open seats. It's almost like a bunch of people left at halftime. It's weird. It feels like the Women's World Cup right now. Granted, it's still a little bit louder than the Women's World Cup game between like Spain and the Netherlands was, because even then you could hear the players screaming every single word that they were saying because the crowd just didn't seem to care. So it was louder than that, but definitely doesn't seem like the previous games, it's definitely strange. Charlotte's pressing on the ball, keeping Miami, getting pressure on Miami in their own third, and Jordi Alba gives the ball back over to Charlotte. Plenty of space, pushes it forward, and Bender could have gotten into that. He just seemed like he gave up. What the hell was that? He's just like, no, I'm not even gonna give any effort for that. I'm just gonna be like, nah, let it go out for a goal kick. I don't get that. It's in Miami's third. You have an opportunity to get the ball. Run after the ball. Don't just let that was bad play there. That was really bad play. Yeah, that looks like a lot of actual empty seats. That's not at all what I was expecting. Foul against Messi in the Charlotte side of the field. Yeah, what's going on? Why is it so quiet? Why are there so many empty seats in this game? Is it that just a shit ton of people left at halftime? I don't get it. Oh, Miami mistake almost. Charlotte's almost able to get that ball back, but Miami's able to get it back to Callender. Callender gets it up forward to Robert Taylor. Oh, Taylor gets it around the defenseman, and it's 2-on-4. All right, Messi. Oh, he passed it back to Messi. Messi passed it forward to him. Charlotte intercepted again. Charlotte, again, stepping in when they need to and really showing pretty solid defense despite the score. And now they've got the ball in Miami's third of the play. They cross it in. Yedlin hits it back to Callender, and that's a dangerous head back. That is not necessarily the header that I would have chosen to play. And Yedlin hits it up for Messi and shows his U.S. men's national team prowess by hitting it straight to the Charlotte keeper and giving Messi no fucking chance at all. I'm baffled by the crowd. Charlotte's got the ball. They shoot it forward. That's kind of a weak shot. I mean, technically, that's the first shot on goal this game, Charlotte. So, I mean, good on them for finally getting a shot on goal. But, dude, you got to do better than that. You got somebody on your left that's completely open. I mean, at least now they can say they had a shot on goal, I guess. They deserved better than that. And they had somebody open on the left-hand side. The guy should have passed it out there and hoped for a good cross in. A Miami throw in now. Watchalong's a solid player. In the last game, he was really one of the main differences. He came onto the game and really, really allowed Charlotte to be where they're at now. I'd like to see him score. I think that he makes a big enough difference in Charlotte's run of play that it'd be good to see him score. Robert Taylor tries to get it over to Alba, but it's intercepted by Charlotte. Taylor does a good job, but gets it out for a Charlotte throw-in. Charlotte keeps pushing. They've had some really good possession here. They've had some good solid passes. They've been able to get the ball back on the second balls. They've looked, honestly, in my opinion, the slightly better team the second half. They haven't necessarily had any chances, really, but I think they've looked more solid. They've looked more connected in their passes. Got a foul against Arroyo here. The look on the ref's faces as the Charlotte players like arguing with him. He just looks back and is like, really? Just stop. It looked like a parent just who's had enough of like their teenager's shit. It's like, no more. Just no. Charlotte forward. He's got tons of space. He shoots. Oh, that was a good shot, but it goes out for a goal kick. That was a good shot. That was a much better attempt than the last one. Even though it technically wasn't a shot on goal, that was a much better attempt, I think, than the last one. I think that was a good attempt there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, man. Arroyo tries to get it to Messi. It's intercepted. Charlotte's got a chance. Watchalong straight to Callender. Calender's able to block it, but if anybody had been following up that shot, they could have easily followed that up and potentially made some hearts flutter on that one. That was a good opportunity. Since Watchalong's come on, Charlotte's looked so much more solid. And Miami they cannot get Messi involved in. Thank you, Spacely. They can just not really get Messi involved in this game at all to really any positive extent, which is so good to see. It's good to see that it's not going to just be a Messi melee. And from the past games, it looked like that could be how it goes. So I'm excited to see that Charlotte, a team I expected to just get completely run over, is able to shut Messi down for the most part, even though they're losing 2-0. Yes, Spacely? His dog is going. It is just absolutely being an attention whore right now. Absolutely being an attention whore. Oh, Martinez over to Kramaski. Kramaski's got tons of space. He's going to take his time with it, though, and I like that, instead of just kind of forcing it forward. All right, over to Busquets. There's nobody on the right side. Yedlin has got tons of space and nobody's getting the ball to him. Alba's got it on the other side. Back over to Messi at the top. Over to Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor crosses in and is out by Charlotte, but they keep it into play. Somehow Bender gets that foul? How was that foul on Alba? Alba's not on the ground holding his head. How was that a foul on him? It was a 50-50 ball. I don't know. I got to see a replay on this one. That foul doesn't make sense. They pull in Martinez. Yeah. Martinez, again, he has not had a good night. I think that Martinez, he needs to start these games on the bench. He has not been very good since Messi has hopped in. I know that Tata has the history with Martinez. Martinez has been absolutely amazing in the MLS, but he really hasn't been able to put much together. Yeah, he scored a couple penalties, but in the run of play, he hasn't done much. He hasn't done much at all. And Campagna, I think when he comes off the bench, yeah, he does really well. But I think at this point, it's worth trying a game, flipping that, and having maybe Martinez potentially be the substitute and see how Campagna does as a starter alongside Messi. But at this point, I think Martinez, for me, if I was the coach, he would have lost his starting position. I don't think that he's done enough in the run of play for the team in order to really earn that spot. Ooh, Charlotte's pushing up the right-hand side. Ajamong's got plenty of space, crosses in, and Charlotte is still got the ball. They stop it from going out for a goal kick. Crosses in from Bender. But it goes out the other side? Did it go out? It did go out. Oh, man, he almost kept that in. Goes out for a goal kick. Really good combination from Charlotte, and it all stems from Ajamong. Absolutely stems from Ajamong. They look like a different offensive team in the second half since he's come on. 100% a completely different offensive team. He's got creativeness, he's got size, he's got power. I really like Ajamong, and as soon as he comes on the field, he makes an absolute difference immediately. I would not be surprised if either he scores or if he causes or creates a score for Charlotte tonight. Kramaski's got the ball, though. He's got plenty of space. Gets it over to Busquets, who gets it up to Messi, who gets it forward to Yedlin, who, again, has shit tons of space. Back over to Messi. Immediately, Charlotte's putting pressure on Messi. And did they call it a foul? It almost seemed just like Messi just stopped. Okay, yeah, it was a foul. They gave him a yellow card for it, I guess, for consistent infringement. I mean, it's a foul, but I haven't seen him have many fouls against him. I don't know if a yellow card was really warranted on that one. I think there's been worse fouls so far this game that should have deserved that yellow card much more so than that. All right, Spacely. Anyway, though, Miami's got the free kick. Got Busquets on the ball now. Kind of inches it forward. Just back and forth with Arroyo. It's like, Arroyo, if Busquets is giving you the ball, there's a reason for it. Don't just give it back to him twice in a row. And again, Yedlin has just shit tons of space on the right-hand side. Kramaski's pushing up the front, passes it forward. Oh, Campagna almost was there, but I think it may have been a little bit offside. Yeah, he was offside. But they need to get the ball to Yedlin. I understand, especially as a U.S. men's national team fan. Yedlin is not an amazing, world-class player. But when somebody has 30 yards of space, get the ball to them, especially if they're pushing forward. There's nobody in front of him. Good move from Ajamong. He's running across the field. He draws the foul. Yeah, he draws the foul from Miller. Watchalong just is an absolute beast. Now, if he was playing like the English Premier League, would he be an absolute beast? I don't know. But when he comes on the field for Charlotte, he changes the game. His effort, his strength, his size. Yeah, Miller was absolutely beat. He looked like a kid who's 2 years younger than you, and you're out on recess, and you just absolutely destroy him in flag football. And he's like holding on at the back of your shirt, just being dragged along behind you. That was Miller. That was Miller on that play. Watchalong has looked absolutely solid in this game and in the last game. As soon as he comes off the bench, into the box. It was a good placement from that free kick, but it goes out for a goal kick. They call him for a penalty? Oh, well, I guess not, because they just put it back into play. Okay. All right, over to Yedlin on the right. The one time he doesn't have a lot of space. It's like, you got 30 yards of space, Yedlin? All right, we're not going to pass you the ball. Oh, you've got 10 yards of space? All right, we'll give you the ball. All right, Busquets on the ball. Goes over to Kramaski, still in midfield. Over to Alba, back over to Kramaski. Being very, very patient. Holy shit. Nashville 5-0 over Minnesota? Whoa. Holy shit. What happened in that game? What the hell happened in Nashville, Minnesota? Like, Minnesota just beat Toluca. And Toluca looked absolutely amazing. I thought Toluca was going to make a deep run. Now Minnesota's getting beat 5-0 by Nashville. Wow, that's crazy. That is not what I expected from that game. All right, we got a Charlotte throw in on their side of the pitch. I'm definitely going to have to rewatch that Nashville Minnesota game. That seems absolutely insane. I know Minnesota's down a player, but Jesus. All right, Charlotte's pushing forward now. I got a good chance here. Passed in, and it's out by Miller from the box. Charlotte still got possession. Over to the right, crossed in, and it's out by Miami. And then Charlotte tries to keep it in, but it goes flying out of bounds. Yeah, Charlotte's looked the better team in the second half. I think Miami's had a couple good moments, but Charlotte's just looked a lot more connected. Their passes have been a lot more solid the second half. They've looked a little more creative. Now they're pushing again. They got on the left, crossed into the box. Calendar's able to pull it out of the air, though. Just missed Watchalong's head. Just missed his head. Charlotte's getting so close. I would not be surprised if they pull one back soon. DeAndre Yedlin pushing forward. There's nobody in front of him. Who passed that? Whose pass was that? Was that Alba? That did not look like an Alba pass. Oh, Taylor steals the ball out. Oh, passed into. He got the ball like 15 yards outside of Charlotte's box, and just the weight on the pass. He could have broken that back line, but the weight on the pass was just wrong. And the crowd goes silent. It's almost like the crowd can sense that Charlotte is playing the better game right now. Charlotte's pushing forward again. Oh, that's a foul if I've ever seen one. But they keep the ball. Charlotte keeps the ball. But an errant pass. That looked like a rough foul to me. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess the ref played advantage, but sent him rolling like 4 different times. Credit to Vargas, though, for not pulling a Neymar and rolling around for 10 minutes, grabbing his ankles, screaming bloody murder. All right, Kramaski on the ball, pushing forward at midfield. Looking for something, leaves it for Messi. Messi pushes forward for Robert Taylor, who's got shit tons of space. Crossed in for Messi. And oh, good block from Charlotte. Good block from Charlotte on that one. I feel like that's the first real attempt or real shot on target by Messi tonight. But really, really good combination play. Robert Taylor finally got free there on the outside, able to get it in for Messi. Oh, it actually was blocked before it got to the keeper. Okay. All right. Really good defense there. Finally, like Messi finally gets involved and they were able to get a foot in front of it. So Charlotte again showing that the scoreline does not necessarily reflect how their defense has been tonight. Back over to Messi though. Oh, try to play a 1-2 with Robert Taylor, but I don't think that Messi was really thinking the 1-2. Only Taylor was. So back over to Charlotte. I'm pulling for Charlotte to get one back. I think that they have earned, I feel like their general quality of play. Yeah, their last touch, the final touches really kind of let them down. But since the second half has started, I think that they deserve a goal in the second half much more so than Miami does. So I'd like to see Watchalong score a goal here. Make it a little interesting here for the last like 20, 15 minutes. Oh, switches the role of play, but it goes out of bounds too far. See, that switching of the side of play has been really, really good tonight, I think, from Charlotte. Miami has not taken advantage of that nearly enough. Taylor and Kramaski are out for the night. Why are we bringing in Gomez? Maybe he can be better as a substitute than he was as a starter last game. But based on his last game, I'm not thrilled about him coming on. I would prefer to keep Taylor on. Taylor scored a goal. He's looked creative recently alongside Messi in the past 10 minutes. Would have much preferred to keep him on. But we'll see what happens. It's been a long night. It's hot out there. So get some fresh legs on the pitch. So I don't recognize him. Oh, hydration break. All right. So I feel like Charlotte has done the best job at showcasing the fact that Messi, Busquets, and Alba are human. And mostly that Messi is human. Other than that one chance on goal, Messi's been very, very quiet tonight. Charlotte has done a very good job at keeping him quiet. But if at the same time they're leaving tons and tons of space open on the right-hand side, it's just Miami isn't taking advantage of that at this point. But they're leaving 20, 30 yards for DeAndre Yedlin. And again, he's not an amazing player, but when you've got 30 plus yards of space, you need the ball because he can at least push forward and get a cross into the box or get a pass into Messi or Busquets in a dangerous area. They need to take advantage of that more. If they're not taking advantage of that right-hand side, I see Charlotte scoring a goal in the second half more so than Miami, especially at this point. And with Watchalong's size, I wouldn't be surprised to see them score something on a header or on a set, like on a corner or on like a set piece. again, though, I got to see the actual statistics on this game. But I think overall, I don't think the scoreline really necessarily represents the difference between the two sides of this game. I feel like if the scoreline was to really reflect the quality of play from both of these sides, I feel like we would be looking at a 0-0 score, to be honest with you. All right, Miami's got the ball. We got Jordi Alba on the left, passes it forward for Gomez. Gomez got the ball. He passes over to the other guy, the new guy. I don't know. I haven't seen him play before. Messi's got the ball now, though. Alba's moving up the left-hand side. Messi tries to get it to him, but Charlotte intercepts it. Can they hold on to the ball? Arroyo gets it out and somehow wins a throw-in for Miami. That looked like that should have been a Charlotte throw-in, but really good play there and some good signs of life from Gomez. Not much to go off of, but that little glimpse looked better than anything we saw from him the other night against Dallas. So maybe that's a sign that he is a better sub. And then as soon as I say that, what's he do? He gives the ball right back to Charlotte. Awesome. Good job, Gomez. I think he's Peruvian or Paraguayan, something like that. He's an international player from South America. His last start against Dallas was not good. So it'll be interesting to see if he can bounce back from that like Taylor did with his goal. Charlotte's holding on to the ball nicely now that they've got it, though. Still remaining pretty patient. They're pushing forward a little bit more than they were earlier, but they're still seeming pretty patient. They're not forcing anything at this point. And passing-wise, they have looked, in my opinion, they've looked solid more consistently than Miami has tonight. And as soon as I say that, what do? They pass it right to Miami's Miller. Now Miami has the ball. Ruiz. Okay, that's the guy that I hadn't seen before. Okay. What the hell's the cameraman doing? Get on the ball. He's like focused in that area of the field where the ball's not even at. Good job, Apple TV. Good job. Oh, good pass. Can Charlotte do anything with this, though? Got it just outside the box for Miami. Pass it to the other side. They're pushing forward now. Just outside the box. Back over to the right side of the box. Still for Charlotte. Can they get a cross in? They do. Cross in. Headed down by Watchalong, but it goes out. That was it. Yeah. That was their chance, man. If Watchalong was going to score, that was his chance. He was over his defender. He had the goal in sight. It was really good service. It had good pace on it, but he just didn't get a good enough touch on it. It almost bounced behind him. No, okay, it was just the angle. Oh man, he should have had that. That was Watchalong's chance, man. I'm pulling for him to score one, and that was a perfect chance, but he jumped too high for where the ball was at, and it just didn't work out for him, man. Now Miami's pushing forward. Messi's got the ball, passes over to Gomez, wide open. Own goal! And an own goal! Oh, man. Gomez crossed it in for Messi, and Charlotte knocked it in for an own fucking goal. Oh, man. Charlotte was pushing so well, and Charlotte, man, your defense has been holding strong most of this game, despite the score, and you make that mistake. You can't do that. Man. And I love that Apple TV goes back to show the missed chance by Watchalong. And that's the beautiful game, man. You don't take advantage of your opportunities, you're gonna get bitten in the ass by it. And that's exactly what just happened for Charlotte. It wasn't even Messi that was pushing in for that follow-up to actually knock it in. Man. I mean, in a way, though, it's very much like Robert Taylor's own goal. If he hadn't have tried to intervene there, then there was an offensive player right there that was right behind him, ready to knock the ball into the back of the net. So if he hadn't have knocked it in as an own goal, it probably would have gone in anyway. But man, that's rough for Charlotte. I don't think that they deserved that in the second half. They've been the better team, in my opinion, the second half. So that's rough. But now they're pushing forward. They got it just outside of Miami's box right now. And they're pushing forward again. They're not giving up despite there only being 11 minutes left. I think the scoreline doesn't necessarily really reflect with what I've seen so far in this game. I think that this game, where it's at right now, it deserves like a 1-0 opportunity. Charlotte got the opportunity, though, right outside the box. And Miami somewhat clears it. It's right outside their box, though. They're looking frantic as fuck right now. Oh, Messi with the back heel out to Ruiz, and now it is on. Ruiz forward to Campana. You got Gomez going forward, push forward. Campana to Gomez. Gomez forward, but man, Charlotte blocks that out for a corner. Good counter. But yeah, I think that so far right now, I mean, yeah, Miami's had a couple of good moments, but generally I would say that the scoreline, if it was to really reflect the quality of this game, you're looking at 1-0, maybe 2-0 because of quality counter strikes like this. But I don't think a 3-0 is really indicative of how this game has gone for Charlotte. I think Charlotte's really shown up more so than what the scoreline shows so far. All right, Miami puts it back in play from the corner. Goes over to Ruiz, out to Alba, right in front of the box. Just pop forward a little bit to Campana. What a brilliant little effort. Look at Campana trying to get all acrobatic there. He like lays out horizontal, tries to do like a sideways bicycle kick into there. Look at him trying to show off a little bit. It wasn't a bad attempt, too. I mean, he made decent contact with it. It went straight to the keeper, but considering how fucking acrobatic it was, good job. That was a nice attempt. Now we got Charlotte pushing forward again. I'm still pushing for Charlotte to at least get something on the board here. We're crossing now just into the 83rd minute, so it's 82-02. Miami's defense coming up strong there. And Arroyo gets the ball taken off his feet. So Charlotte's got the ball forward. They tried to break Watchalong forward. He just can't quite get it. His touches tonight are not quite as good as they were before. He's still got that effort. He's still pushing other bodies around like he did before, but that final touch is just letting him down just a little bit. What an awful last name. Dude's name is Harrison Awful. Harrison Awful did not necessarily play awful tonight, but that's an unfortunate last name. That's a very unfortunate last name. I don't like to make fun of people's names, but that's an unfortunate one, especially when you're a professional athlete. He should be glad he's not playing in the English Premier League, because he would be given, that would be like his nickname, the Awful or something like that. All right, man. Miami's able to beat the pressure at the back. Miller's got the ball. Gets it over to Messi. Again, Yedlin with shit tons of space. Again, all night long, Yedlin has had so much space. He crosses it over to Ruiz, but it's Yedlin, so he doesn't quite get it there, but Ruiz is still able to get possession of it. Pushes it forward into the box, tries to cross it forward, but Charlotte is able to take advantage of it and take possession. Now Watchalong is pushing forward, and it's 1 versus 3. All right, now he gets it over to his winger, but I don't know the guy's name. What was that? Winger tries to pass it back to midfield and just barely touches it. Miami gets the ball back. So now, we've got 5.5 minutes left in regular time. Miami's going to just kind of probably look at slowing this game down. One thing I want to say, though, is I said at the beginning before the game started that to expect me ranting and raving that players are wasting time and the gamesmanship of falling on the ball and taking 45 seconds to put a goal kick back into play. I haven't seen that this game. And I love that. That is the thing I hate the absolute most about this game is that so-called gamesmanship of slowing the play down. I get the purpose of it, but as a fan, I absolutely hate it because most of the time it comes back to bite you in the ass. And for me, it's just unprofessional. Like, show respect, play the game. And I love the fact that Miami has not done that in this game. They're leading 3-0. There's 4.5 minutes left before stoppage time. And they're not wasting time. And I absolutely love that. I absolutely wish more teams would do that. It's the most aggravating thing about this game, even more so than flops for me. I would rather see Neymar fall onto the ground pretending like he's broken his ankles, screaming and crying for 5 minutes, than see people wasting time. Messi's got the ball. He pushes it forward. He tries to get it to Gomez. Bounces around. Gomez ends up getting the ball. I don't know how the hell that ended up happening. Gomez into Messi and Messi in! Messi somehow gets a goal. How the fuck does that happen? Messi has been completely uninvolved the entire game. And that was Campagna, not Gomez. I'm sorry. How does Messi get the goal? He has been so quiet this entire fucking game. Charlotte did so good at shutting him down. He gets 2 opportunities this entire game, and he closes one in. He's basically batting 50% tonight on shots on goal. So yeah, it was Campagna pushes forward, and then Campagna gets the perfect pass into Messi. Splits 3 defenders with the pass, and Messi just one touches it straight into the back of the net. On the replay, you can see Messi's face. He's watching Campagna, and you can see the little smirk on his face. Like, he absolutely knows, dude, I'm in perfect position. As soon as he sees me, I've got this. Like, there's a slight smirk as Messi is setting up position on like the penalty marker. That's fucking nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. But that's what makes a great keeper. And that's why Messi walking 95% of the time, which I know has been a big controversy recently, that's why him walking 95% of the time is not an issue. When the dude gets his opportunities, he finishes. And when it comes to football, you've got 3 or 4 opportunities usually in a game. If you close a couple of those, chances are you're going to win. Dude can walk all game. He's been so quiet tonight. 2 opportunities, he manages to sink one into the back of the net. Like, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And what's crazy is Charlotte was looking really good. Charlotte was pressing. Charlotte was building again. Yeah, they were down by 3-0, but they were still looking like they could close something down. They could finish an opportunity. And then along comes Messi. And it's absolutely it's insanely mind-blowing. that game after game after game after game, he's putting these things into the back of the net. At least it would be mind blowing if it really was him going to a retirement league, but he's not a retiree anymore, like at all. Dude's top of his game still, and that's why he can be silent for 85 minutes of a fucking game and still put one back. Now he's got the ball again. He's pushing forward. It's 3 versus 2. He's pushing forward. He goes over to Campagna. Campagna pushes it, but it goes straight to the keeper. That time it was Gomez. My bad. I can't tell the fucking difference between these guys, even though Gomez and Campagna look absolutely nothing alike. From a distance, running at full speed with this ring light in my face, it's a little hard to tell the difference. But yeah, that was Gomez, and Gomez hit it. He tried to put a little bit of curl, a little bit of English around it, get it around the keeper, but the keeper had good position there. He was able to come out from his line enough to be able to stop it from going in and making this 5-0. They're still putting pressure. I mean, they've obviously lost. 4-0 is the 90th minute. But they're still fighting for to get at least one back. Just cross it in. Miller gets it out. Falls to Charlotte, though. They're still pushing, and credit to them for fighting and not giving up on this. Yeah, like the commentators just said, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's a consolation goal. And Charlotte deserves a goal tonight. I honestly think they do, but there's a yellow card off the ball. Now they go in and foul Sergio Busquets, and it's the 91st minute, man. Back the fuck off. He's not even on the ball. Busquets didn't have the ball. He was 2 players away from the ball. Dude, calm down. You're 4-0 down. Good sportsmanship there from Busquets going over and just being like, dude, you're fucking with me over here, man. I like seeing that kind of stuff. I like seeing when players recognize other players. They go up, they give the handshakes after like a foul or something like that. It's like, my bad, man. Shit happens. I like seeing that. I like seeing Busquets going over there. I like seeing the Charlotte player go over there and give him that high five. That's awesome. Miami's still pushing forward. That's Gomez on the left now. He's got the ball. I like this, though. They're not just wasting time. They're actually they got that killer instinct, They're looking to hold on. They're pushing forward into Charlotte's side of the field pitch. But yeah, they're definitely just kind of playing keep away right now. I'd much rather see that than see like a goalkeeper take a minute and a half to put a fucking ball back into play. That's the game. Congratulations to Miami. Wasn't exactly the game that I thought it would be, but Miami easily ended up winning this by the scorecard. I think that the statistics on this game, I'll have to go back and look at them, but the feel of this game, I felt like it was a lot closer than what this scoreline actually shows. I think the main difference is going to come down to the fact that Miami had probably six or 7 shots on target, and they finished 4 of them. Charlotte had like 3 shots on target, and they finished none of them. That's the big difference. I think outside of that, it felt like it was a fairly even game. I didn't feel like Miami really dominated in any aspect of this game. I felt like Charlotte did a really, really good job, actually, of keeping Miami quiet, of keeping Messi quiet, at least for 90% of this game. Yeah, Messi got on the scoreboard, but he really didn't have that many chances and that many touches really at all. Same with Busquets. Busquets didn't really have the time and the vision and the space to kind of create like he has in the past few games. Jordi Alba, I thought he had a couple of really good moments. He did well with kind of creating a few opportunities. I think he was really involved with the Taylor goal, but definitely not the same as what we were seeing against Dallas. Even though the Dallas score line looked a lot closer. I don't know. It's weird. I'll have to go back and rewatch this one, I think, at some point. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream here. I really appreciate anybody who stopped in to check this one out. It's very first stream ever. I'm going to try and do a lot more of these for Leagues Cup, MLS, USL as well. I'd like to do English Premier League when the time works out. If there's games up for like the games on the weekend, things like that, definitely. So I appreciate it, everybody. And I hope you have a great night. And until next time, see you later. Ensuring the law starts with quality and